Good to go.
Good to go.
Thank you for watching our Actors on Actors. We're not actors, but we're very excited to come on the road. We're going to Boston, New York, Chicago, and Columbus. We're going to have live stand-up. We're going to be airing episodes that haven't aired yet. So the episodes in the future, whatever time we're coming to your city, episodes that haven't been aired yet, we'll be airing those. And we'll do a live podcast after. Another fake Actors on Actors for you. So get tickets. I'm not sure what the dates are, but Paz is going to have them right here. Link in bio down there. Subscribe to the channel because this is where the show's going to be. Thanks.
All right, Fights, why don't you kick us off? First time hosting.
Mr. Host.
I know this is uncharted territories.
No, you already you slipped up. You already kicked us off. We're good. We're off. We're not.
All right.
So the host just is the first sentence?
I think so,
Yes.
yeah.
I suppose.
You run the general show,
Yeah.
but for sure the first person to talk is the host.
You're our quarterback today.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
But I still do think you're a host.
I don't think I'm not a host, but I'm less of a host than you. You host Boy Dad.
God, no.
No?
No, I take us in, and then I sit back and observe.
Kyle and I are the only two, and we neither of us host.
Tommy, you've never done a podcast, have you?
Tommy's Thursday Thoughts used to be available in audio form.
Really?
I need to see the number on
It
that.
had to be low.
Yeah,
you had that on the.
I didn't know why we did. It was like
It was a pen thing, wasn't it?
I get. It was like Mikey podcast days. He's like, we're trying to make everything a podcast.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would put
That's
90
typical Mikey
seconds.
podcast. Par for the course for podcast.
To his name.
From
He was
the guy that wanted to make everything
Podcasts.
podcasts.
Yeah, and like if you didn't see
Joe
the
lights
visual-
houses on fire. He's always on that arson kick.
like without seeing like the body language with Tommy's Thursday Thoughts, I just feel like it didn't really translate into audio.
No, it's definitely not an audio
It's-
strictly.
Yeah, it's more of a visual thing. It's like a performance art, really.
Yeah. We I remember when they were trying to push that for us to do that too. The like 20-minute podcast episodes.
That makes more sense than 90 seconds.
Yeah, that was
You just have a TikTok on just on a
Essentially, yeah.
dude a longer ad than the whole show in the middle.
It's not a bad way to like hijack the charts. Oh wow, people are listening to Tommy's Thursday Thoughts 8 times each.
There it is. Tommy's Thursday Thoughts podcast, Barstool Sports.
4 reviews.
4.8 rating.
How many reviews?
4.
So what is that? 4 or 3?
Did you read the reviews?
I went to more like this, and it says we couldn't find anything.
Yeah, dude, one of a kind.
One of a kind.
So unique.
That's your original,
I
yeah.
don't know if you can see reviews.
I don't think you can.
Damn. Probably fucking epic.
Yeah, someone wasn't happy. 4 reviews and a 4.8. I would say that's actually a really bad ratio.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's actually not even one guy who gave a 1.
It's
Because
probably
it'd be
like 2,
lower. One guy who
3s.
gave like a 4, which is
Probably like
worse than a 1.
yeah. All right, well, should we get into it, Fights?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, Aaron. What are you thinking?
Yeah, this is you guys got to lead with this.
Okay. All right. I guess. Told you I'm not a host, dude.
We made a TV show.
We made a TV show.
We made a show. It's called Les Mascots.
Les Mascots.
It's featuring all 5 of us and a bunch of cameos and other actors, comedians. Stacked cast, unbelievable. It really is great cast.
It is a great cast. Now that you've seen one episode,
I've seen the full first episode. Yes.
what do you think of it?
Oh, I thought it was phenomenal.
Do you really?
Yeah, I was howling laughing. Great.
Are you Justin's lines?
Oh yeah, of course. I was just fast forwarding to those lines. Yeah.
Where was your head at before you hit play, and where was your head at after?
I would say before I hit play, because I'd seen some shit, so I was already going into it being like, I think this is going to be good, and then it was.
Yeah. Pretty simple process.
Yeah, I was also just like with working with Pabs and Owen, like I know the quality, like with the sketches, like I know how good it looks and sounds and all that.
I always had the hard time to like doing the show. They would always be like, and then it's going to be this, and I just can never see it.
Oh,
I don't even. I must shut my brain off during those conversations.
Like, so it's gonna be this. I'm just like, what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
But then once I saw it in the pilot, I was like, holy shit, this is
Yeah.
exactly what they were describing. This looks great.
Yeah, it starts making more
the
sense.
first watch, I think you said you were the same way, Fights, where I was just focusing on everything. I was like, you fucking blew it. You fucking blew it. Like focusing on yourself too much. And then when I watched the second, like, let me just watch, I was like, oh, this is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch it, you're always going to just focus on yourself.
Yeah.
I actually said the other day, I got to, I think it's probably like the 5th time I watched the pilot, and it was my first time watching it like casually. Like everything else, I'd been like, the screen's right here, and I'm watching it like that. And I was kind of like, I was like doing something else, and it was just on, and I was like, oh, now I get it. Like now that I'm not watching it so incredibly intently, like it's just a sitcom, and it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I think it's good. It's a good show.
I think it's funny and it's easy to watch and it's easy to follow.
I think
none of that.
That's credit to like none of us.
That's everything we're gonna say is not credit to any of us.
Yeah, it's just like, damn, this flows really well. Damn, this looks
The
really
script
good.
and how it looks.
The script,
None of us had
very
anything.
good. The delivery needs so much work, but the way it looks and sounds and flows is very good.
After the pilot, after the first time I watched it, I was like, well, that's really good. I fucking suck, but everyone else in that show is great.
I thought I watched the pilot. I don't think I went into it like looking for problems really. Like I kind of like assumed like everyone's gonna handle that. So
Yeah.
I went into it just being like, I'm gonna watch this, and I watched it, and I thought it was great. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'd say everyone we've sent it to has given good feedback.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully they're not just being nice to us.
Well, you said that the other day. You said that in some of the praise you've received is not effusive enough.
I did say that. Yeah, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's like it's good, like it's funny." I'll be like, "All right, like give me some more. Like what specifically is fun?"
Oh,
Like
that's a fair thing. Like if you're complimenting, or even just not even complimenting, if you're giving feedback, it's nice to be specific.
you know who did the best job was Robbie Fox. Robbie Fox,
Of course he
wrote
did.
like 50 bullet points. Like almost every second he had a take on it. He's like, I loved this joke. I love it's like that's who you ready to review, not fucking Trent. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Who was your least favorite character, Tommy? Who was your least favorite character in the whole show?
That's tough. I think that
I don't think it's.
You don't.
Well,
You got a far and away clear.
Yeah, me.
You.
That's
Crazy.
No.
Yeah,
you're just saying that character of your show.
we're trying to promote
our
fucking show. I didn't say like it's my least favorite. Absolutely, I am my least favorite character.
Well, then
Yeah, I
I'm
guess
my
that's
least
true.
favorite as well.
Yeah, if you're like on Always Sunny and you're trying to watch Always Sunny, you're probably like, I wish I could cut myself out of this.
Yeah, dude. When I'm watching Mascots, I'm like, God, if they could get Dennis Reynolds to play this guy, his thing would be fucking awesome.
Would you have done that?
No. I mean, I would have. I wouldn't have been happy about it though. No one would ever.
You would have ran around in an Elmo costume?
100%.
Oh,
And I would have but I would have been furious.
Wait, let's reshoot.
I would have been so mad, and I would never complain about it.
I remember we were
once.
talking about like there's two characters. One is like a somewhat flamboyant guy who has a really high self-opinion of himself, and one is like a stoner film student.
Yeah.
It's like, who should be who?
Yeah, wait, why was that ever up in the air?
I didn't know it ever was up in the air, honestly, until right now. I knew vaguely that I was supposed to be.
I think we were
Oh,
just
wow.
discussing who was going to play who, but it was like a real conversation. And then I think what really happened is that like we made a decision, and then the characters just became a lot more like
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And then like obviously
Flamboyant.
it is. It's the walking around in the suits is very funny. With these guys in time, like going through Times Square, and like families are coming up asking for photos.
You've probably ruined some vacations.
We've been screamed at.
Yeah.
We had
The
Tommy
lady
and
on
I.
the bench.
Tommy and I were sitting on a bench, maybe smoking a cigarette, maybe not. I don't know. But we had our heads off, mascot heads off. And so, by the way, we weren't even in Times Square. We were just like on
We're in, like,
30th and 5th.
yeah.
And like, some woman came by and she's just like, real nice. Two kids with her. Real nice guys.
Yeah.
I was like,
Don't have the helmets on for the kids.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not at Sesame Street. You're not entitled to see Elmo and Cookie Monster anywhere you go.
Didn't you have someone ask you for a photo on the train?
Yeah, I was in like normal street clothes, but I had the Elmo head with me. I was bringing it to work from my apartment. I was on the train.
So you were a guy with an Elmo head.
Yeah, and this lady just goes, "You mind putting that on so I get a picture to send my daughter?" And I was like, yeah, like I've never felt more like the Joker meme where it's like he's in the mirror putting his makeup on. Like,
So was it just Elmo in a bomber jacket, like giving a thumbs
just
up?
like, put it over my head, and it's
dude, I've had people be like, hey, can we take a picture? And I was just like oh, if we're walking through Washington Square Park or something like that. I'm just like, yeah, sure. And I kind of put the arm out like that, and they're just like, want to put the head on?
It's always that. Yeah.
Tommy, if it's just the head, they could have just taken a picture with the head without you putting it on.
100%. Yeah.
Could've just held it
well,
like
I'll be honest,
Yeah.
nobody wants to wear that head.
Oh,
Is it gross?
it's
It-
disgusting.
This may have been a mistake.
Was it gross when you got it?
No,
No.
but there is this isn't much of a spoiler, right? But key lime pie gets all over that head at some point. And
That was in the teaser, I believe.
yeah, and we did that on like day one of shooting. So for the past 4 months, the stench of 4-month-old key lime pie has just really grown.
That's
into that.
disgusting.
It actually reminded me a little bit of like Blackout Tour, because we'd be in these mascots type deals, and we would just keep them in like a plastic container. And like we'd get done dancing on stage, we'd put them in there.
Wait, what were you a mascot of?
Everything.
Do I not understand what the blackout tours?
Honestly, until I just said this, I guess I kind of didn't realize. Like, I used to be a mascot for real.
What
Were you in a suit?
I was in a suit. I was Superman. I've been a Smurf. I've been a frog. We had all kinds of mascot costumes. Where like at the end of the Blackout show, Dante would play some song, I forget, and me and Devlin and like, I mean, at times it was the Gronkowskis. Like there are always people on stage with us dancing in mascot stuff. And then we jump into the crowd afterwards. Like we'd stage it. Gaz would always come up to me and he'd be like, yo, you gotta stage that. You gotta stage that. And like,
That doesn't sound like gas.
and like, I swear to God, we do like every night. And the crowd would be, particularly in the front of the crowd, would be largely 18-year-olds on Molly.
And it was Gronk jumping out of him.
Gronk did it. He only did it at like one show. But then
Molly?
no, he was always on that. But the gay cast would be like, you gotta jump, and I'd be like, I don't want it tonight. Like my shoulder still hurts from last night.
Shit. It sounds like Biz talking about being a goon in hockey in the minor leagues.
Exactly how like Gaz would have
Get
like,
back out there.
backstage,
Yeah.
like being like, you gotta do it, and so I'd be like, all right, fine, and I'd just come out and I'd run and I'd jump. And like, I'm a pretty big guy. I would just take people down or they'd move.
As a frog? Yeah.
It was pretty regularly. It was just me landing on the floor. And like, there's a lot of video evidence of this. We can splice it in. Like, it's out there. And it was
drunk college kid just want to dance. Like, why the fuck is this frog jumping on top?
I gotta
of
show
me?
you this one. There's 100% one of me at Toad's in Providence.
Makes sense.
And I'm
so.
dressed like a toad.
Oh.
And
So you had some range.
hang on, let me find this real quick. This is worth it, I think.
I believe you.
What do you guys want to talk about in the meantime?
I don't know. We lost our host.
I would say so. Fights definitely has some experience as a mascot.
But
Tommy,
I think Pavs was saying, did you say into the mic? Like you were still a little bit like in the yellow hoodie. Like
yeah.
Yellow-
Well, so
yellow
I have to
hoodie
wear
was too much.
I have to wear a bright yellow hoodie in the show, and I was saying that like it was like the first day we were shooting, we were walking around and they had the Elmo Cookie Monster, and I was like, I can't believe you guys are walking around in that. And I was like, yeah, this like the yellow sweatshirt's even a little much.
Seeing Tommy and his and you and yours, you shocked me way more.
Yeah, I went method actually. You asked if I've been a mascot before. I've been going to Times Square every night. I haven't told you guys.
Oh,
Just performing
it's not
as
bad.
Elmo. We were concerned. We were like, God, is there going to be a turf war? Like when we started shooting at Times Square.
at the drop.
To LMFAO as Dante drops, as Dante hits the fog button.
The smoke comes out and I disappear, dude. That was like literally that was nightly. I was like, I'd wake up, I'd have like concussions, fucking shoulder hurt. I'd be hungover. It was a terrible job. This one's much better.
It sounds like it. I mean, that video is insane. It's like a glow in the dark toad costume.
I didn't know that was your job.
Dude, we would do that, and then like, so we do the blackout tour, and then at the time, Gaz and I were like, I think other people, if I forget, but like Gaz and I were like working at Barstool too. Like, so like some of his buddies would come on the road and help us like break down stuff and shit like that. But like Gaz was being sales guy, and I was writing blogs that were never getting posted, but I was at least writing them. And so like we would write the next day, and then we'd go out that night and do that, and then we'd wake up and write the next day, and then just do that for like 3 years.
But were they like
3 years?
I was probably more like closer to 2, but I think the blackout tour itself was 3.
so your job? You were like required to wear like a costume,
Yeah.
and did you improve like the quality of the party?
Did I approve the quality of the party?
Improve. Like,
Oh, improve.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But definitely.
I mean, I will say you're not giving yourself enough credit. It looked like people were into it.
Oh, the party would go nuts, but I don't think they
Yeah.
really cared about the guy in the mascot costume.
Once you threw yourself at them, no. But, but before that, it seemed like people were like, the toad's not bad.
Yeah.
I think you're underselling yours.
Yeah.
Oh, a toad, yeah.
All right. I hope he doesn't jump. This toad.
Did any of you have a moment when you heard about this show that you were like, all right, fuck it, I'm in?
No, I was jealous when you guys announced it because I didn't know me and Kyle were going to be in it.
Probably should have run that by you.
I was like, fuck, this looks so sick.
That was actually my exact reaction too when Owen first told me about this script idea he'd been working on. Where he's like, I guess like Times Square, Elmo, and Cookie Monster, but like they don't have jobs. And I would like he said it to me. We were in the Boy Dad studio, and then he walked out of the studio. He just said it and walked out. And I remember I put my head back on the couch and I just went, "Oh, it's such a good idea."
I do remember when Owen would pitch the sketch, and I was like, the whole time he'd pitch it, I'd be like, I don't know about that. And then it is one of those ones that just ends up working way better long.
Well, let's make 160 minutes of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, but it's something that like, I feel like there's so much more shit you can do with like a longer form thing than a sketch, which is what's fun about it.
So, Tom, were you written to be like thinly veiled, flamboyantly gay?
Yeah,
Or
I
did
think
you just
so.
have
Yeah,
that?
we when we wrote it,
Owen, was he? No.
we had that originally.
Yeah, I would say
we had that originally. Like we started working on the script like a year and a half ago, and it was definitely. I actually think I'm less gay than I was supposed to be. Like I think the new version is less flamboyant than. And listen, we don't know what Marlon's sexuality is.
I guess we don't ever really say.
It's art. He loves art. He loves himself, and he loves making art.
Dude, it's one of the more obvious gay people.
We don't know.
Have you been happy playing this role?
Yeah, it's been
I've
literally
never
the
seen
most
him happier.
fun I've ever had doing anything
You're
in
really,
my entire life.
really in your element.
I believe it. Did you like take it home with you, the character?
There's been times where I'll be like,
took it out to the
Marlon
club.
Yeah.
You took that.
We went to a barbecue spot yesterday, and you were like, "You want me to order as Marlon?" I'm like, and that's 100% true.
That is.
Well, I don't.
I was actually saying the other day, it's not the same thing, but I was like, we've been doing these characters for so long because this shooting takes so long that like I don't like think I'm Henry or anything like that, but I just don't think I think he's got like good ideas. You know what I mean? I'm like it's not as funny as it's supposed. Like, I'm like that guy's making some good fucking points.
Actually resonating.
I will say like the thing that I've enjoyed about it the most has definitely been just the character aspect rather than like compared to sketches. Like, because sketches, it's like you go. I feel like I had a hard time getting into sketches as much because like you go, you show up, you have a character, you do it for an hour tops, and then it's gone forever. So it's like this, and this is like you just hop back in every day.
I find it very much easier to be like, all right, I'll just deal.
Yeah.
In fact, like there was probably like a while I didn't even think like I was really acting, and then we watched them, and I was like, oh, I have a completely different voice for Henry.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I didn't
definitely.
even realize I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely, as we've watched it more, I've been like, oh, that's the character.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what like we're saying, like when people watching it, like It's not Tommy fights Sass, Nick, and KB.
No.
Like, we're different people. Don't even think that we're those characters.
No,
But I think that would be the good mark of a success. It's like by episode 3 or 4, they're not even thinking of our real names. They're just like, oh, let's see what Marlon and them are. Dustin.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I feel Payne and Spike are up to.
What is your bar? You just said success. What will you call a success
Well,
for
listen,
this?
there were times where if it didn't end up on Netflix, I was throwing this project in the trash. I don't know. I guess people liking it. I mean, I think that's
That's a good barometer right there.
I go back.
Apparently, it was either Netflix or people enjoying it. It's like the two most polar. Like,
We'll go back and forth where there'll be times in my head I'm like, man, like this could hit like maybe one episode could hit like close to 1 million or 800,000, and then I'll be like, 50,000 is nothing to scoff at. That's Yankee Stadium, baby. Like we're enjoying it. So I don't know. I think we'll know like as it goes. I don't know if there's a benchmark. I think we'll just be able to read the vibe.
yeah, I agree.
I would say I like we all laughed and it was worth laughing at. But like as long as the people who watch it, and there's a good amount of people, it doesn't have to be a ton, but as long as the people who watch it enjoy it, I will be happy with that.
Yeah, because I think this is such an ambitious thing coming out of Barstool that we don't know how it'll be received. But like I want the people that will like it to like it.
Yeah. I actually
Thanks for agreeing with that.
100%.
brilliantly said.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. I think at least the first episode, I think people will be curious just because like Barstool has changed, I guess, so many different forms of entertainment, or not changed isn't the right word, but infected, I guess, is maybe a better version. So many forms of entertainment that like I feel like people who do TV and movies or whatever this is are going to be at least curious. So they're going to check into the first episode.
I mean, there's not that many full, like, well-produced shows on YouTube, like that just go straight to YouTube. Like, I feel like
Shows, yeah.
like a full-on like
a
30-minute
scripted
episode comedy.
And like there's well-produced videos, we do them here, but I think this is you're watching it and you're like, this is a show.
100%.
This is the one of the crazier things was the day after we dropped the trailer, we were doing something in KFC radio, and the amount of people who came in, like amount of production people who came in to tell Pavs, like, I don't even know how you did that.
Well,
Pavs crazy.
As soon as this is out, Pavs is gone.
Yeah.
I text that to you. I text that to you separately. I not laughing. Gone. Season 2, Pavs and Owen poached. Season 2 is
Just James.
just
Just James and Dustin.
For the audience, Tommy, why don't you describe
So
James?
James Crowley. He started, I guess, as an intern. Now he's freelance. He's god awful at his job. Whenever we're filming and we need quiet, he sends every truck in New York City by. Make as much noise as you can. But the absolute veins on those arms, the rock-like shoulders, the smile, the neck, the thick and meaty neck. It makes you forget how ineffective he is at producing.
The thick and meaty neck.
He's got
a girthy
his neck is
body to
insane.
mind.
James, come out here, do a spin through the camera.
James, show the neck.
James, come on.
If anything, just the neck.
Just pop your neck out.
I'd actually like people listening to draw what they think James
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Based on Tommy's description.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Make sure you get those forearm veins.
Yeah.
No, James has been great. And he's not as hot as I'm saying, but he does everything.
He's way hotter in my head.
He's got good veins, though. And KB did compliment his neck.
He's all neck. I can only focus on the neck. I train my neck.
Yeah.
I'm the only guy at the gym who does neck.
Do you do it like
And I do
neck
it
day?
so often.
Have you ever done it like I saw F1? You see Brad Pitt, how like
I've
F1
seen
guys
those,
train their neck,
yeah.
like laying on the bed with their arms behind their back.
Yeah, I'm doing it just like an F1 driver.
Really?
Yeah. Minimal progress. I mean, that's the goal. It's a rugby neck
Okay, but you got a good neck.
Yeah.
Your neck is not by any means a small neck.
Yeah.
compared to what it was a year ago, or
I would say, your neck has definitely gotten bigger.
progress. I just want. All right.
It's no James, but it's not a bad neck.
Like, see how Tommy's got some slack in his collar?
Oh.
You have none. Yours is it fits.
I'm going to say that's more to do with the shirt than the neck.
Yeah.
Shirt.
Don't look at me. My neck is my worst feature. I hate my neck.
Dude,
Stay away from me.
please don't look at my neck.
Fights was looking at my neck.
You're talking a lot of shit about my neck. I want to get a peek at your neck.
Like, Sass, your neck is yours.
Yeah, it is. I hate my neck. Sorry, that's why I don't.
What do you mean you hate your neck?
I don't have to get into it.
The neck is like
not
the
a good
hallway
neck.
of the body. It's nothing.
That's what you'd think.
The whole
A good neck could change a man's life.
James.
Yeah.
James, how old? Oh no, you're.
We got
my
off track
age.
here a tiny bit.
That's the thing too that I always fuck up at this job is I'm always like, everyone I see I'm like James must be 15 years younger than me. He's literally my age. We're the same age.
Is that weird because you've been here for so long?
Yeah, that's
You've
what
been here
that's
like,
what it
6
is.
years?
No, 5.5, probably close.
How dare I say?
Well, I'm just not trying to claim stolen valor, you know.
It is weird how young you are because every waking move I make is to impress you. And one of these days,
It is funny that I think the first time I ever talked to Sass, I was crazy nervous.
I was like, dude, this dude fucking hates me. Dude, if I send Sass a text with a typo, I'm just like, oh, he's going to be pissed.
I actually think the first time I don't know if it was the very first time, but it was the very first time I ever sought out talking to you. And it was we were doing like
You were probably doing out of order.
No. This was before that.
The first sketch was probably the 5th time you guys spoke.
We had no planning for out of they were just like, you and Fights are going to do a show together. I was like, okay.
It's that guy that's always really nervous to talk to me.
Who told you?
I think Owen. I think it was like, I think we want you and Fights to do a show. I was like, I'm down.
I kind of remember the first time. I don't know if it was the first time we were doing a sketch, but the first time I ever talked to you was right after COVID, or maybe even right before, whatever. We were doing like KFC Radio live shows on YouTube, and I had said like, "Hey, I didn't really know you from Adam, but I just knew you were like a funny guy." And I was like, "Hey, it would be pretty cool like if we wanted to do some sketches or something like, and we could put those in the live show in between." And you were like, "Yeah, totally." And I was like, "Definitely." And then we walked away. We didn't talk again for like 3 years.
Yeah. I do actually remember that very well.
He had to sleep on it for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then I remember
Give me
going,
half a decade. I'll get back to you.
I like had to work up my courage so bad. And then as soon as Sass was like, sounds like a good idea, I was like, nice. Sure, I don't have to check back in on that at all. I'll just work out.
We have a show.
But I remember also going to Greer's on the one, and we were both on it. And I think we were going to meet them, and it was like,
I was definitely bitching about going to Greer's. Yeah. Every time I go to Greer's, I'm like, yeah. When we're doing something, we're filming something, and we're with Greer, I'm like, you gonna take the Amtrak back? Because he lives so goddamn far.
I feel like me and Sass have had quite the history. If we're all talking about our relationships with Sass, I feel like we were really fucking close for a while.
When?
Yeah, what?
When was that?
We used to go out. Remember the three of us went out? We saw that random old lady on Stone
Oh, I
Street?
totally forgot about that.
Okay.
I remember that.
I don't remember
It was
that
during
second
COVID.
Of it. Yeah.
We were out on Stone Street, and there was that old lady
She
that
said
like
it looked
sat
like
next
Pee Wee
to us.
Herman.
We have like photos of the three of us with this lady. Yeah.
You'll remember it the second I say it. Most dangerous game show. We spent a lot of time together. I went to some of your stand-up shows. We were fucking tight.
Yeah, that is true. You did.
We were really tight. And then, we didn't talk for a couple years, but now we're making TV shows.
Me and Tommy went. Tommy came to a show with me after Barstool Idol, and it was like me and him went and got drinks because it was when he lived right by New York Comedy Club, and he was like, I'll come, and I was like, oh yeah, cool. And I was not passed at the club, and I was like, I was doing a guest spot, and I showed up, and I was like, hey, I'm here to do the guest spot, and they were like, you're here for the roast battle, and I was like, what? And they were like, it's a roast battle, and I did not have to roast. I had to cold open the roast battle,
Oh.
and I bombed like I did my first joke, and there was like this older black lady right of the stage, and she just I do the joke, and she goes, "Tough crowd."
It was.
And you were there for that?
Yeah, Tommy was like talking to two girls in the back. I got off, and I was like, "That was awful." And he was like, "That was great." Yeah,
It was.
I was like, "You didn't watch." I left, and Tommy stayed at the club.
You just tell me you stayed.
A spitting game. It was. If we're being frank, it was a very black crowd expecting a roast battle.
it was
Sass
tough.
came up was like, I have anxiety.
Yeah, I'm sure that works.
Yeah,
It was really
here's
bad.
here's that famous picture.
Why am I all libbed up?
Yeah, you're wearing a mask.
Oh,
What's your shirt say? God?
It says LOD. I forgot.
Lord?
I forgot about that sweatshirt.
Why does it say law?
Legion
You
of
look really
Doom.
I forget what the
Thanks, man.
what the brand what it stands for.
Legion of Doom.
send that to
Legion
you
of
guys.
Doom.
Put it in post.
That's certainly what I thought too.
It's a thing, right?
I have no clue. Is it?
When I heard Lot, I definitely went Legion of Doom. I don't know why I did that.
Immediately.
Whoa.
Well, yeah,
clothing brand?
Legion of Boom was the Seahawks,
but that
thing,
was
and that
ba-
was probably based on
based on
Legion of Doom.
I see. Interesting.
Back to the show.
Does everyone want to talk about the first time they met me?
No. Yeah. I guess we should go back to the. I mean, what were your guys'
You had, hold on, you had a story. No.
episodes?
First time I met Tommy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I think the thing with the thing that I'm excited for is I assume my favorite episode is going to be episode 6,
That's like
which I
Blasted.
like because that's later in the season. So it's like you're gonna have to stay tuned to episode 6. I don't know what to tell
Yeah,
you.
I like the last minute of the last episode. it's everything really comes together.
Have you guys had the panic? Not panic, but the bad dream that this sucks,
No,
and then we have to tour it.
no, I haven't had that
I
worry
didn't
at
think
all.
of that angle. Oh, definitely. I think like I said a couple weeks ago, you were like, I don't think I have anxiety about the show, but my eating and sleeping pattern suggest otherwise. Like, no, I feel fine. And then like I've started grinding my teeth at night. Like I woke up with a jaw ache, and I've been like, well, what if it's terrible? What if I'm terrible?
You boys are stressing.
I'm honestly like, but like,
We just fucking
Have you
care,
guys
bro.
been throwing up too every night?
I have had a faint nausea for a while now, but I'm not nervous because it's like we're done. We did it. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like people are gonna think what they're gonna think. Like I'm only nervous when I can affect the outcome, and I can't.
Yeah.
I like to tell myself, like actors and artists say this all the time, like the real satisfaction is making the project, and then you can't control what the public thinks. And I try to tell myself that, but it's like, I'm gonna care a lot what the public thinks.
I care about the general feedback. Like I want people to like it, but I don't really care about specific comments.
All of us have probably put out some low effort bullshit before, and this isn't that.
Yeah.
So
No,
at least
yeah.
you can hang your hat on like the effort.
Yeah.
But it is good. So it's like that's also helps.
Almost makes it worse though if it's bad. They tried so fucking hard.
They gave it their all, and guys, you wouldn't believe
At
it.
least they tried hard.
I stopped halfway and started listening to Thursday Thoughts.
Just like everyone hates it, and then there's this video of us that will come out before that
Yeah.
of us going, "It's good."
Yeah.
We really enjoyed it. Everyone's like, "What the
We've been losing
fuck?"
sleep.
I think like it's kind of like it takes a good bit for the general point of view to be like, this sucks. Like it's got to be a.
It depends.
I feel like it's got to be a.
Dude, you've been on the yak before.
Yeah, but that's like you got a couple bad eggs, a couple dozen bad eggs. But for the most part, it's like people like the yak.
Yeah, and also like people who comment on things it's usually going to be more negative than.
If I've loved something, I've never commented on it, and if I've hated something, I've never commented.
Yeah,
But most people would hate comment before they love comment.
absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
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 Of course.
I would say what you guys shouldn't be worried about is this season. I would say what you should be worried about is the next season.
Yeah.
Because that's when people get angry.
That's
when the
Like
tides
you finally get a budget for it. Pavs and Owen are gone.
yeah.
We have Fasoli droning every episode. Every episode's just the top of our heads. All right. They went an experimental route for season 2. It's like GTA 1. Okay. I'll give it a shot.
I think I've had the thought too. If it's like, man, all right. Well, you actually said it, or we'll be like, man, hopefully we could do like season 2 or something. And Fights are just like, we can do a million seasons. Like we could do.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Whatever.
There's no network.
Our boss doesn't know we did season 1, so we can do as many as we want.
Our boss doesn't know 2/3 of us. Right.
Yeah, I mean,
He does know. He did see us filming. You told that story.
Oh, that's right. He did see it. Did you hear about that?
you told me about it. Yeah,
Me and Fights were in our Elmo and Cookie Monster outfits running around outside the office, and Dave was apparently in like a car with Austin and security Pat, and Dave just like didn't see it was us, but just like went, fucking freaks in this city. Like, I'm so glad I got out of here. And Pat just goes, I think that's Fights and Tommy. So we know he's a big fan.
Did filming change the way you felt about New York?
no.
I didn't dislike it. I like it so much more now.
You think?
Yeah, I love it now. I already liked it, so I was primed to really like it. But like, I've had so much fun just going to like weird places and interacting with the people who are there.
You two more than anybody. When you started doing it, did you have some shame acting in public?
Oh,
I had none.
No, they had
no.
zero.
When
I so like we shot scenes outside in New York, and like Kyle and I were just whisper talking the whole time,
Yeah.
and then you guys are just coming around the corner screaming. I'm nervous because I have 3 buttons undone on my shirt.
there definitely was like an element of that. I think maybe but actually not really.
I don't think there was, because the first day I was there, you guys were
Screaming at
fighting with children.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know. I guess it's like there's something in the Cookie Monster outfit where you're like, I don't know. Clearly, I'm not being real, guys.
Well, it's the cameras.
There's
Like, when
something
you're
like a
when
camera.
cameras are all around you, like they're less likely to be like, that
Yeah.
guy's weird.
I
Like,
find it
they're-
easier. The more extremely absurd the costume and character is, the easier it is.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd rather do that than just wear a weird blouse. Like,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
weird shirt.
Yeah.
I also just noticed, and I think it's probably because not as much time, but like people really like it. Just the fact that we're doing it. Like I just mean like people in the street. Like I don't remember any times really that people were upset with us about filming something. Like
No.
everyone thought it was cool. Everyone was happy to help. Like the halal guys would turn down their music for us.
Wow.
So it wouldn't be in the background.
Yeah.
Like people were just excited to be
Had
near
to pay a couple brothers to turn their music down.
How much do you have to pay the brothers?
Owen did it. How much did you have to pay? 10 or 20.
There was the
For
one-
like 2 minutes. And then they would turn it right back up.
Well, remember the Uber Eats driver on the bicycle? Owen pulled the ballsiest move I've
Oh,
ever seen.
yeah,
We were
yeah.
shooting outside on the street,
Yeah.
and this Uber Eats driver on like a bike
Shows
came
up,
in.
yeah, he shows up with like one of those, the JBL I got you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Blasting as we're about to start
Yeah, that
shooting.
thing gets loud.
Yeah.
And the guy went into like the deli or something to pick up the order, and we really needed to shoot. He was in there. Owen just walks over, goes up to his bike, and shuts off the music.
So you turned it off or you turned the JBL down?
I think he turned it down.
Dude, I love shooting with Owen because like if somebody ever like comes up, I pretend like I just don't hear them and I just pull out my phone and Owen handles it. It's so nice.
That is something that I get worried about, like the filming in public with that, like someone saying no. But for what you said, it really, the only time we've ever been told no was at Greer's apartment, and then we handled that immediately.
Yeah. I was saying earlier we were worried about like a turf war in Times Square where like the other Elmos and Cookie Monsters would be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, we own this. They didn't care at all, nor speak a lick of English.
Yeah, they have cared a ton.
No, they would keep telling us when our heads were off, they would point that out to us. They would go, La cabeza, la cabeza.
I think we thought like in the show there we have like a boss who's like the head of the Mascots in Times Square, and we thought that must have been a real person.
Yeah.
I think they're all freelance.
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Hopefully Times Square Tony doesn't get too mad about it.
Yeah. The Times Square stuff, when we were in Times Square and you guys are walking around with the heads off, it always reminds me of have you guys ever seen the Christmas Story?
Yeah.
You know, scene where when they're in the mall and the Santas are all walking by each other smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It always reminded me of that.
I got punched in the head in Times Square.
I saw that. Yeah.
That made the. I think it made the trailer.
I think it's in the first episode too.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. Sass calls it out in the first episode, but I did actually.
that's a real homeless man.
I don't
punching
think
you in
it's
the
going to
head.
show as much as you got hit. Like when you watch the clip, you're like, you kind of assume, oh, that guy's in on it or they faked it. That homeless man punched fights.
And why?
Owen had said like he's like, hey, go get a 3-point stance with Godzilla or something like that. Batman maybe it was. And I did. I got in the 3-point stance and I when I did that, I bent down and in those helmets you can't fucking see shit. So I just bent down and I felt a push. And I was like, oh, this was on like the third take. And I was like, oh, Batman's into it finally. So I started, but I couldn't see anymore because the head had been askew. And so I just started giving like a little shove back.
Oh no!
And then he started pushing me back a little bit hard. And so I started pushing him back. I couldn't see anything this whole time. And then I just felt a brick hit me in the side.
What was your reaction when you took off the helmet? Were you thinking it was Batman?
No, at that point, once I felt how hard that punch, the punch had intention. And I was like, luckily I was wearing the helmet. So
you got punched in the helmet.
Yeah. So like the helmet took the brunt of it, but you could still feel the intention through it.
Yeah.
I was like, that was an angry punch. So I'm going to take a step back now. And then when I stepped back, I saw it was just a ball.
That must have been the real Batman.
And then I started walking away. And the guys at the camera, I forget who said it, but someone was like, hey, you want some more? I was like, yeah, I don't. I'm out. I'm out.
But for the most part, they were cool.
Yeah.
The cops loved us. The cop was like, he was like,
Good to see a familiar face under those heads.
he would give it like, he was telling us like where we could go. Cause I guess like,
Was this just my friend that's a cop, or is this a different?
no, I guess he wasn't, he might not even been really a cop. He might
Oh,
be a
I know
secret
you're
guy.
talking about.
Where he was like telling us like where, like if we take money from people here, he kept telling us, he's like, look, he's like, you guys are fine where you are. You guys are fine where you are. But if you step inside here and you start taking money, we're going to have a problem. And we were like, we're not really doing this. We're not going to be taking money from everybody.
yeah.
And then he kept like, no, just don't take money. We're like, no, we're not actually Cookie Monster.
That's pretty good then if he believed it.
Yeah.
The costumes are the quality of all the other ones.
Yeah. They're Tommy, would you find them on like
I
eBay?
found him on eBay from China a year and a half ago, and it was. You remember how hard it was to find them, Owen? It was like we were like, oh, this will be a snap. We'll go to Party City or something.
Yeah.
But like a lot of it would be like, just the helmet or like to get the full outfit. Yeah. Very.
Where
hard.
are these other people finding them?
I don't know.
They're honestly, in the Times Square
Hands
mascots do not have the quality we have.
Oh, yours are better. Yeah.
Ours are better.
It's generational.
Your father wore this. Just like your grandfather wore this.
KB, when you first read your character, what were your thoughts?
Like I said, I think if I was more normal, I'd be way more embarrassed. So, like playing a ridiculous boy is something that is my comfort zone more than like having to play like a real gentleman. That would have killed me.
KB and Nick's characters are very, very funny,
I was going to say.
and I'm very looking forward to seeing them in the show.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been fun. See, I'm thinking the same thing about you guys, though. I'm just like, damn, those guys are
We're
crushing.
sucking each other's dicks good.
No,
here.
and we're all not trying to
We're getting
suck
a
our
good
own.
lather going for the whole time.
yeah.
What if you guys had to play another character in the show? Who do you think you'd want to play most, and would be the best fit for you?
Good question. That's a great question.
I would go KB's probably.
You would be I Feel Pain?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone. I think Tommy could maybe play IFP,
could.
but IFP I think could only be you two.
Me or
Alright.
KB?
Yeah,
Well, then I guess
I think KB's
Spike.
the right choice.
Yeah, I
but
think I would. Yeah, I think I'd swap with Sass.
Yeah.
I think I would swap with Tommy.
Yeah, Sass easily. I would
Yeah,
never play
that would be an
the role.
easier swipe, I think,
I,
for
I,
us.
could, I think I could do either Marlon or Dustin.
Bella.
Bleep that. Bleep that.
Oh,
They already figured it out. It's the first comment underneath Fights' tweet.
That takes a real sick puppy.
Someone
Just
recognized that as right away.
They do right away.
Yeah.
Just based on the ass? That's insane.
half second of ass, not even lower back,
Yeah.
no thigh, just
That's a
that
real
cheek.
porn man's porn.
Yeah.
I was saying, we
Such a good.
walking the streets with a Bella is crazy. Like heads just snap. I don't even know if they're recognizing a Bella Danger or if they're just recognizing this insanely gorgeous woman. But like everyone's head just fucking pop, 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 pop. It was. I don't think if I walked on the New York City street with A-Rod, I don't think it would get the head turns.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And also just like she was on KFC radio that day, so she was dressing for public appearances. But she was in quite an outfit, and it was like, do you know the Neil Brennan joke about women's bodies?
No.
It's very funny, and I think it applies like perfectly to a Bella, where he's talking about women's bodies, where like if you brought in an architect to inspect a woman's body, he'd be like, big boobs, tiny waist, huge ass, little feet. It's not safe. And like that's how I feel about a Bella, where it's like, how does this stand up at any time?
Someone has a crush.
Did I just glaze the porn star card for being hot?
she bad as fuck. I'll say it.
It's a hot take.
Yeah.
If you could hang out with one of the characters, who would it be?
I show speed.
Not his name.
Not his name.
I show speed. I would hang out with I show speed though. Seems like a cool guy.
on another topic.
Yeah.
Has this performance like affected your libidos?
That's a good question. Yeah, I'd say it's
acting or playing a character. It's something about it is like sexually charged and intimate.
I've had a lot less sex since we started filming.
I think
It's charging you sexually to play the boy.
I think playing, being someone you're not.
Yeah.
you get
really
off.
turns you on.
Yeah, I'm
trying to. I don't know what
I
are some
didn't-
deep actor questions.
I should have mentioned that. I am hard every time I'm in the album.
Yeah. You have to be.
Yeah, I'm just fucking bricked, dude.
Pop a blue chew.
I swore off women as to be method as Marlon.
It's not a bad idea. You got to stay focused.
Yeah.
We all took a celibacy oath,
We did.
or I don't know what the word is.
Tommy broke it. He would insist it didn't count because he would go, "We just rubbed fronts."
Yeah.
It was
That's
just
what
petting.
sex
It was just
is.
heavy petting.
Moving on.
Tell me, what was that about? Rubbing fronts?
That's how Tommy has sex. He says he's
Yeah.
like, he doesn't like insertion. He just likes to rub
Yeah,
fronts.
just gotta rub it.
He gets off on he says he gets off on the hair. He likes the way the hair
I do.
feels.
I didn't say that, but yeah, I know you're trying to. You're making up something like, but like I do like. I think hair is important on a girl.
Look, here's
As opposed to what? Bald?
I've been for a
like-
push.
Like you could.
Would you rather your chick have hair or be bald?
90% of the time, you could tell if a girl's hot from behind just her hair, not even her ass.
Oh, you're talking about hair on her head.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, well, when rubbing fronts, it would be
we're past that.
Fronts. Rubbing fronts is
all
insane.
right. Sorry, we are past that. Tommy, let's hear about how much you love hair.
I just like how a girl. I think like that
to
girl's hair. It's an important feature, and like you could tell. That was like one time I got.
And how is this going to affect the show, Tommy?
I don't think you could. I don't think you can. I don't
Busted
think you're right.
I
chops.
bet you can tell.
No, you can't.
Let's try it.
Just hair.
I think it's
Just
more. I
hair.
think this theory of yours is more applicable to men than it is women.
Yeah.
Because a guy, you can tell if he's bald as shit by that behind. I don't think like if you're talking about a full body, sure. But if we're talking just the hair,
You might not be on my level.
I don't agree. I'm with fights. I think you're thinking the hair. I think what you're really
You're
thinking
looking
is
at the ass.
is the
You're
profile,
looking at
like
a
the
girl's
person's
ass.
full body.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm not even an ass guy.
It doesn't.
But you can just see their shoulders. You can see their
Yeah, the
torso.
shape of their body.
Yeah.
All right, but from behind, you can tell if a girl's hot. Without
Sure, that's not what we're
That
doing.
yeah, obviously.
That's half of her.
Back to the show. What's everyone's most fulfilling moment then?
Tommy, what if the right person sees this and there's like, that guy, I have to have him for my show on cable. but the schedule conflict is with season 2.
Oh,
Are you out?
and the other show's really bad, but you're gonna get paid.
He's fantasized 1,000 different permutations of this in his head for the last 6 months.
If the show, no, I would stick. Well, first of all, we would work out the scheduling. If the show's really bad, I'm staying with Matt. I mean, if Succession or something came along, I think we're all out of here.
That show's over.
I know, but if they were bringing it back,
and they wanted smokes. So what will we do?
They were bringing it back and wanted me to play Cousin Greg's brother, I suppose.
no, I mean, I think that,
Who would
if
replace
we're
it?
talking pipe dreams, but maybe there's a chance.
Would you be
season
fine
2
with us
is on a network.
recasting?
No.
Well, we would have to.
You
So
could
who
kill
would do
me
it?
off. You can't recast.
You're recasted for sure.
I mean, if
And
Timmy,
it's James.
if Chalamet comes in and was like, I need you to play my little brother in this movie, I would say abso-fucking-lutely to Timmy.
Would he be your little brother? Would you be his little
I'd be his little brother.
He's older than you. Aren't you older than him?
He's older than me by like a couple months or something.
Oh.
I believe he's December 95 baby. That's just off the top of my head. Or he could be December 96. We're around the same age. It would work.
Have you ever
So-
seen Chalamet on the streets?
Now, I've never seen any famous person.
No,
on the
I don't
streets.
really see anybody.
I think I just don't look for it.
I saw
but-
Louis the other day. That was cool.
That is
Oh,
cool.
wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I saw Wes Anderson walk into your place once.
I know. I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
who did you guys see? Oh, you saw fucking.
Adrian Brody right outside Fights' apartment once we got done filming. We had a
Dang.
ton of like camera equipment. And then 2 days later, I saw Walton Goggins.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
And
Dude, Goggins is still my biggest regret ever with an interview. When we interviewed him for Fallout, and he was the coolest guy in the world, obviously. Like he like when a celebrity comes in, like, the nicest thing you can say about them is he's a regular guy.
Mm-hmm.
You say that about Walton Goggins, but then you go, but he's also not.
Yeah.
Like, but there's like he's acting like a regular guy and he can talk like a regular guy, but you can tell he's not a regular guy.
Yeah.
And he got done with the interview and he just like stood up and he was just like, oh, I could use a whiskey. What are you boys up to? And I don't know what I had to do that night, but I had something that I couldn't.
You couldn't go get
There's
whiskey.
no way you had something as important.
It was something that I was like, dude, I like any other fucking night I would be with you, but like
Sucks.
tonight we can't.
That's a tough one.
And then I asked him, I was like, I thought you lived like upstate though, because he had told us where he lived. And then he just again was just so cool. He goes, yeah, I keep a little pied a terre in the West Village. I was like, you're saying pied a terre.
Yeah,
you
it's a
are.
fucking $20,000 a month
Yeah.
apartment.
What was I gonna say? But I don't think we got an answer on that. What is like? What's your? I'm out of here. Say this goes great.
I mean, literally,
I'm
a
asking-
movie with Timothy Chalamet.
I'm asking
Tommy,
because
you're
I-
lying to us.
What?
Tell you
I-
mine.
If this goes so well that I'm getting poached, then this means the show is a massive success. Why would I want to leave it? And also, I love you guys.
That's a pretty great.
a little bit of a.
question.
Could have been,
And also, like, people are on multiple things. All right, what's your answer then, tough guy?
I don't know. I wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, it won't happen.
Fast and the Furious comes along. We need you next to the Diesel.
Dude, I've made it very clear. I'm only doing this and nothing else ever.
Wow.
That's not true.
Well, yeah, no,
Just fucking did tires.
I was gonna say, I feel like you might be cutting your short.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure you're actively auditioning now.
That feels like a.
All right, so did you
Big
hear that?
commitment.
Agents, Fights is off limits. Tommy on the market. No, I really think in an ideal world, like, you know, we're talking about, what big show could but like this could be the big show.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Mine would be if the CDL came calling.
What is that? I saw you
really?
tweet about that today.
The
Call of Duty
CDL.
League.
I thought you meant like a trucking.
I thought you were saying you were a free
could
agent
see
for
that's
like 18 wheelers.
I deleted that because I was like, this is fucking stupid.
Wait, what did you say?
It's right now in the Call of Duty world, it's roster mania because the season just ended. So everyone's getting dropped and picked up. And the people that get dropped, they tweet out like free agent for the 2026 CDL season. So like the other organizations, I tweeted it out. I thought it was funny, but then no one got it. So I was like,
Wait, when you like, are people of your caliber? Like,
no.
So like when
I could no. I'm fucking around 99% of the time I'm talking about this shit. Like I'm not even comparable.
really?
Yeah.
I thought it was serious.
This would be like if I was asking you, right? Like, you ready for the you could play on the Bruins today? like not even close.
That was a ridiculous question.
I'm not even in the realm.
Yeah, I could dust off.
That's actually a good question. You think if you got on what do you think would happen if you played like 2 minutes of ice time on the Bruins and you had 6 months to prepare? You think you could make an impact?
God, no, not an impact. But like, I wouldn't like.
Who gets exposed faster? You playing in the Call of Duty
easily
over him being on the Bruins?
If you get fights if you get fights on like like a right D maybe, and they're in like you're in your zone.
You gotta get fights on the right D. Everybody's always been saying
You got it. Oh, fights
on it.
But like, couldn't you see that? Like, if you're like maybe like right wing face off, like you'd be like, who's that new guy on the Bruins?
Hockey is so like it's not like football where you can get hit every I could very easily have a whole full shift where I don't touch the puck, I don't get hit, and nothing happens.
You think you'd have a full shift not being a liability though?
Very, very, very doubtful, but like it's just possible the way the game of hockey works. That, like the puck's
power, but Sass, you couldn't just crouch and hide.
No, because it's kind of like everyone's got to be doing something. It's 4 people. It's only 4 people.
It's different than hockey.
Well, there's rotations, map sense, all that garbage. So no, I don't think I could be a professional Call of Duty player. Nor would I. I don't think I would want to do that. I would fucking love to do that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Trying to backtrack now.
What if Shane comes to you guys for season 3 of Tires and it's like you have a massive role?
That's not going to happen to me. I'm not worried about that at all.
So we're bringing the bartender back. He's got a pretty massive role this season.
People have been clamoring for it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Kirby's been fired. The bartender's been rehired.
I think I'm more worried about me going to the CDL than I am me having a major role.
I will say, I think one character from this series is going to get their own spin-off show. It's going to be Robbie Fox as Tubbs.
Okay.
Once you guys get to the Lake Placid trip and you lay your eyes on Tubbs, you're going to say, "Oh my God, I need more."
What happened in real life with you and Robbie?
What do you mean?
I saw a video saying you wanted to rape him.
Yeah. Going off that, yeah.
Listen, me and Robbie were sharing a hotel room because Sass is too much of a diva to share a hotel room with anybody. So he's the only one that got his own room. I said, I'll share with Robbie. And
what really happened is that no one wanted to share a room with me. It was like
I was begging to share a room with you because Robbie had to do spinning back flips like 2 a.m.
Yeah, that is true. But also, in my defense, that was after I had just driven Tommy home and he was playing music out of his phone out loud, singing for 20 minutes.
But it was Low by Flo Rida and T-Pain.
So at that point, Tommy's like, can I crash in your room? And I was like, in no world are you staying in my room, dude. I would have bought Tommy a new room before that.
That was the night I was going to have my way with Robbie. The second night was
Jesus. Yeah, you said I'm not attracted to Robbie, but if you're going to share a bed with me, I'm going to have you.
Wasn't a bed. It was a room.
They weren't even sharing beds. They had their own beds.
Yeah. No, we were shooting. Robbie and a few of them were back at the hotel, and me, Sass, and Fights were shooting at Owen's family's cabin. I was pretty fucking high and pretty drunk, and I did just keep saying, like, I'm going to absolutely have my way with Robbie Fox when I get back there. And then what would happen? No one would believe him in the morning. Imagine if
that's what you kept on saying, and that's where it gets so much worse.
You kept on saying these things.
Believe
it gets so much worse when you drop that line.
For any of us, like even if it was like if Robbie the next morning was like, guys, I gotta tell you something, like Fights really like took advantage of me last night, we would laugh him out of the building.
Maybe
I don't know. Maybe if he said maybe if he said Fights, I would be like, really? Like, this Fights does have a big guy, I guess.
Fights has more of an essay vibe than me.
I think I wouldn't believe you because I would just assume like Robbie would get away.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like if Fights wanted to, 10 times out of 10, I'm his.
Oh yeah, easily.
But Tommy,
Fights right now could take this whole room.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, sexually.
Oh yeah, I'd be preemptively
like
douching myself.
You're forgetting
I'd douche by the hour for fun.
Because if he gets Tommy first, I know I'm not getting far. I'm going to start cleaning.
To be clear, Kyle takes everyone in this room. However,
what you were saying was
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. I was like, there's someone else in this fucking room with fucking cauliflower here. I think you guys are
It's
safe.
true.
But when you were saying that, you're like, no one would believe him, and we were like, dude, you're mic'd up, and we have cameras. like you're. I think Owen goes, you're in 4K right now, dude.
Literal in 4K.
No, we had a nice night together. Nothing happened. No funny business.
That was the night we didn't know what a tub of oil was, a bucket of oil.
Oh, yeah.
There was a bucket of oil
Familiar.
in the work shed at Owen's family's cabin, and someone poked their head in first and was just like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah,
and
it's
then
crazy.
12 men looked at it and were like, "I don't have a clue what that could possibly." Someone went, "Is it chocolate?"
A bucket of black was thrown around
Bucket
a
of
lot.
black.
A
There was-
bucket of black. Yeah.
Maybe it's soy sauce was thrown out there, and it turns out it was a bucket of oil in a work shed.
makes
Exactly where it
Just
should be.
identify oil.
Right where it should be.
Listen, we're actors.
Yeah.
You're just caught in method for that.
We got a minute left on the thing, so we can just close it out.
Awesome.
Oh, well, we're just getting started.
All right.
Well, yeah, thank you guys for listening. The show will be out
August 19th.
August 19th.
And then weekly from there.
And weekly from there.
7 episodes, out of order YouTube.
What did you say? What would you say the average length per episode is?
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yep, perfect.
See, that I will, last thing. All right, I guess we're about to lose the video. But what I was going to say was even while we were filming it, I was assuming it was going to be like 7-minute episodes. And then I was like reading the script one day and I was like, I don't know, this is like full 30 pages. Yeah.
The first time I filmed it, I was like, all right, page 27.
But like as we were filming, I was still like, this feels like a lot to jam pack into 10 minutes.
It's going to be really fast paced. Blink and you'll miss it.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say it's a mini series. Like it's a full show. It's a real like it would be the same length as any show you'd watch on cable. So August 19th.
Weekly after that. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Share
you
it
guys
with your
like
friends.
it. We care about it. We worked hard on it, but not if you don't like it. Then it was just a little side thing.
Yeah.
Then we don't care.
Exactly.
We care immensely.
All right.
Thank you. Oh, and if tickets are still on sale, get tickets.